Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another political episode. So, I am not surprised. I am doing another story about the second assassination attempt. An assassination attempt. I have never covered this story before. I've heard about it yesterday. I've announced it in my previous video. It happened, and apparently, we're just going to talk about it because the liberal media is going to try whatever they can to hide the story because they know that they are the ones to blame. I've told you this 2 months ago during when the first assassination attempt occurred. The liberal media, especially MSNBC, are loading up pistols, and lying them on the table. And they are daring anyone to pick it up. Mr. Crooks was the one who picked up the first revolver, or the first gun, and went after Trump. He failed. 2 months later, one guy has enough metabolism to go out and try to kill Trump. This man is named Ryan Wesley Ruth. This is an idiot, woke tyrant who, as we should know, was weaponized, emotionally triggered by the liberal media. This guy has been taken over. His father comes out today saying, oh, he's a good man. He would never do anything violent. And in fact, Mr. Roth went in on self-defense, saying he was doing the right thing. Mr. Roth claims he has always stood up for the right thing, standing up for Ukraine, even trying to get involved in the volunteer corps to fight for the Ukrainians. He failed, however. He did not qualify. Instead, Mr. Roth has been organizing fundraisers and holding rallies in support of Ukraine. But, of course, when MSNBC takes everything, and I mean anything they can get their hands on, even conflicts that have nothing to do with us, and they try to link it to their opponent, Donald Trump. So when they say, oh, Donald Trump's pro-Putin, Donald Trump's pro-Russia, with no claims or evidence that he is pro-Russia or pro-Putin, we have this guy, this idiot Duke, that will automatically come out and believe it. This man is an NPC. I would say this guy, in general, L to you. You're an idiot. He thinks he's doing the right. He always stands. He says, quote, this is a battle of good versus evil. Well, I wonder who's representing the evil. It's you, Mr. Routh. It's you. Because you have no care in the world for Trump's family. You would rather see his grandkids, who are minors, the ages of 10, below the ages of 10, or 10 or whatever, you rather see them grieve. You rather take away the joy of these children to help better your selfish needs. You, Mr. Ralph, are the commander-in-chief. Well, we know you're not the commander-in-chief of evil, but you are a commander, a major general, major commander of the force of army of evil. Come on! And then we have the liberal media trying to cover your butt. Covering your buttocks from being exposed. They go immediately right back to Springfield, Ohio, with these bomb threats that aren't even related to Trump. These bomb threats today by the governor of Ohio have been debunked. They are fake. They are fake bomb threats. They have the governor of Ohio said this in a press conference. We've confirmed that they are not a threat. Everything is fine. Every single threat in Ohio has been taken seriously in Springfield, Ohio. They've been researched and digged in, and thanks to their research, they found out it's a hoax. It was a hoax. The exact word he used. But the liberal media and the MSNBC panel will never admit that. They will continue to say that Donald Trump supporters are giving bomb threats to in retaliation to a crisis that they created. This is ignorant. Of course, bomb threats are inexcusable. We absolutely condemn it. But are they linked to Trump? No evidence tells us that. No arrest has been made. Well, I think a couple arrests have been made. Because if they were a hoax, right? If you were making this up or a rumor about a bomb threat, or you were trying to make a joke about a bomb threat, you could be jumping into a pile of trouble in your hands. Get a pile of trouble in your hands. So, whether people were arrests were made in Springfield, I have no idea. But I can tell you, there has been no such evidence of Donald Trump, especially Donald Trump. Donald Trump ringing up and talking to the mayor of Springfield, Ohio, threatening to bomb the city hall. That's just what deranged MSNBC wants. They totally hate this guy. They totally do. And then more they go on and on and on and on, you get idiots like this guy, who needs a haircut, by the way, to think, oh, it's the right thing to do. Trump bad, Trump evil, Trump Putin. Millions of lives are at stake. If Trump gets elected, I have to take care of it. And you look at, he wears this patriot. This makes me sick, guys. Normally, I would be really warm and happy to see someone wearing our American flag. But this guy, really? I think he's wearing it to mock this country. He's not pro-America. No, he is pro himself. He supports himself and only himself. This guy's a tyrant, and he needs to be found guilty. This guy's already going on self-defense. I'm following my heart and the right thing to do. Well, okay, then you're obviously mentally ill. Okay, you're mentally ill. You're mentally insane, and not only should you be found guilty for trying to kill an elected official, a former president, but you should be sent to a mental institution. Why are we not building mental institutions for these people? The Democrats say it's racist. The Democrats say they have this emotional thing. Oh, mental institution. That's worse than prison. At least they're getting help, though. At least they are getting care. They're getting taken care of. Prison, that is not a priority. It's not the priority for prison keepers or police to cater you and take care of you in prison. Yeah, they'll have to provide food, but they're not sitting down and giving belly rubs like a counselor would do. No, they have you sit there and serve the sentence. Really, the police have nothing to do with you once you're in the cell, other than make sure that you're following the rules in the prison and making sure you're safe and other people are safe. Now, mental institutions, it's a hospital. You're going to be prescribed pills. You're going to have compassionate care. So, yeah, the Democrats going off on these going off and being anti-mental institution, when the GOP is trying to say, hey, look, we understand mental health is an issue. That's why we need more mental hospitals But they're like, no mental hospitals because they have this emotional thing about it. No. You're just avoiding the solution to fix the big problem. And back to Mr. Routh. Yeah, I think his reasoning, he says he's a good person. No, he isn't. Nope. Mr. Routh, you're not a good person. Read my lips. You are a fake fraud. You are basically making fun of the definition of good person. You are changing that around because good people have a loving heart, even to those who they cannot stand. And sure, Mr. Routh, I respect that you don't like Mr. Trump and President Trump, and that's okay. That's what makes us American. But when you think that you can take his life because you think that he's going to put many American people at stake, an opinion that you have, Mr. Routh, if Trump was going to put millions of Americans at stake, he wouldn't be running in this election. He would be probably at Guantanamo Bay. So the fact that Trump's a threat to democracy, only stupid people like you believe that. And you would risk your whole day, your nice Sunday, a Sunday afternoon. Beautiful day on Sunday. I don't know what it was like in Florida. But you decide to put your life on the line to kill Trump because you believe in far left conspiracies, because that he is a threat to democracy and that he's going to help Russia take Ukraine. BS. You are an arrogant, ignorant tyrant, and I hope you spend a life in jail. And you know what? Florida technically has you in custody. Okay? And let's remember, Florida is a state that has the death penalty. Florida is a state with the death penalty. Am I a fan of the death penalty? I'm not. Am I against the death penalty? I am not against it, but I'm not excited to put someone to death. I believe the death penalty should be used as a reinforcement of the law. The problem with crime today is that we have states like California. We have states like New York, Illinois. All these states that forbid the death penalty. The worst thing that could happen to these criminals is they get thrown in jail for a couple of years, they get out, and they do the same thing again. Their lives, there is no warning. There is no deadly warning. And I hate to use the word deadly, because when you have stupid criminals like these that need bold, harsh warnings, to be told to cut it out, you need those warnings. And it hurts where we have to say, you know what? You've done something so evil that, according to the jury, and I can't say that Mr. Ryan Wesley Routh can be put to death. And to be honest, I don't want to have that authority. I don't like that. And because I respect the dignity of human life, but I believe respecting the dignity of human life also is in regards to, in this case, crime, right? If I respect the dignity of human life, if I oppose the death penalty because of respecting life, then I'm pretty much saying it's okay to loot. It's okay to rob. It's okay to ignore the situation of crime and actually increase the punishment. Make a bigger reality. Like, okay, your future's on the line. These criminals care less. They're on crack and smoke, and they can't even consider. They get thrown in a jail. It's like staying at a hotel. That's exactly what it is. Staying in an apartment. And in reality, these criminals are depressed. They are depressed. They're sad, and I'm empathetic to that. So to them, they get arrested. Oh well, because the depression doesn't change. So it doesn't really matter what these criminals do. But do these criminals want to die? Well, I can't say that. I cannot say that. What it looks like, Ryan Wesley Ralph is trying to be the good guy, and he's not. He's not. Because not only did Mr. Ralph put Trump's life on the line, and not only that, himself on the line, but he put the lives of other people on the line. And you're saying that it has to be done? What? It has to be done? This is the right thing to do? Follow your heart? No! This guy is a total moron. And look at him, this cheeky smile, like, oh, okay, like, what the heck? You tried to shoot the former president. Sir, I hate to say it, sir, but I'm not going to cry for you when you get the death penalty. And yeah, look at that. Trump assassination attempt suspect laughs, smiles during his first court appearance in Florida. Look at that. Wow. For a guy who put other people's lives on the line and claims he's the good guy and claims that he is a loving person, a good guy who believes in the good of all people. What the heck? That's talking points. Talking points for left-wingers. Like this piece of crud right here. Laughs and giggles and smiles. Yeah, I guess what? You're just convincing the jury to put you to death. And I have no doubt about it. The whole country, the woke mob, they'll be crying over you. They'll be demonizing Florida even more. You put a guy to death. Well, okay. I don't know what. Who else was put to death? Let's see. We know Lee Harvey Oswald was shot and assassinated himself, right? But William McKinley's assassin, Leon Chigolis, he is a Polish anarchist. Death penalty. Criminal penalty, death. Wow. This was in the state, okay, prison. Okay, he actually was killed in New York. New York at the time, I think every state did the death penalty, believe it or not. 28-year-old total moron. And 1901, at the age of 28, he kills William McKinley, and guess what? He got sentenced to death and was convicted of first-degree murder. Execution by electric chair. What about Garfield's, James A. Garfield's assassin? Charles Julius Gattel. Execution by hanging. Look at that. This guy does not know history. But this guy, I mean, to a point, this guy doesn't really care if he dies. As long as being praised at the end, but this is it. He wants to be killed. And he's like, oh, I'm not being selfish. And all the left-wingers, they'll say, oh, he's not being selfish. He's a loving, kind person. He's trying to take out a dictator. No, idiot. Learn from history. Obviously, this guy wants to become like a Gattel and Shogal. I can't pronounce. And Leon. We're just going to call you Leon. Mr. Leon and Gattel. Charles. Okay. I want to know Lincoln's assassin. Because, interestingly enough, John Wilkes Booth. Yeah, he died, but he didn't. He died because of a gunshot wound, and that was, I want to believe, after he fell off the balcony in an attempt to flee before people could flee the what's it called, at the Ford's Theater. He jumped off the balcony where Lincoln was watching the play, and in an effort to escape, one guy ended up there was an actor who ended up getting arrested for treating his wounds, but eventually he was shot. Yeah, this guy's a total dork. Like, seriously. All these people are dorks. This guy wants to become one of the most, related to the most famous and infamous men. Go ahead. Go ahead. I think the only guy that managed to get away with everything was Reagan's assassin, who ended up actually starting a YouTube channel out of the blue. I think he changed his life. Let's see. John Hinckley Jr. Yeah, he was granted unconditional release in 2016. He was charged. But yeah, he's still alive, 69 today, and he has his YouTube channel. Go follow it. He has a lot of hate, though. I don't. What's it called? Yes, he does music. Yeah, that's him. And I mean, I'm going to give this guy credit. At least he's changing his life. He feels bad about it. Honestly, he was stupid. Like, seriously. This guy was actually planning to kill Carter. But then Carter lost the election. And in the end, he actually goes after Reagan. He just wanted to be famous. And you got famous all right, but honestly, people forget about this guy. So, before we end this video, I'm going to go ahead and give some updates in regards to the RCP. Well, RCP, but the averages. North Carolina has been reclaimed by Trump. Like I said in the last video, it was pretty inevitable. I want to believe Harris was holding it onto it by barely a thread, barely an inch. So yes, Trump at 262. And what's really being held less than a point is states of Nevada, as well as Pennsylvania. Yes, so really, these states are on track to flip. And then we can project that Trump has retaken the Electoral College, which is huge. But right now, as of right now, this is what it's looking like. Honestly, I really do think the Electoral College in Wisconsin has always been screwed up because the polls were saying back in last year, in February 2023, Biden was supposed to beat Trump by 8. So really, these polls haven't gotten any better. It hasn't. It got better during when we got like during the debate and such. But now that sleepy Joe Biden is gone, we're back to where we began with the dumb polls in Wisconsin. So, yeah, like I said yesterday, take North Carolina by a grain of salt, take Wisconsin by a grain of salt. I do think we're gonna win Wisconsin. That said, we're gonna win the election. I do think we're winning the election. Of course, forecast is saying the complete opposite, but I want to basically say, hey, you know what? It's not like what it was a couple weeks ago. And this debate has not really helped Harris gain any states, unlike the first debate for Trump. So, for you Democrats out there that are bragging that Harris won the debate, hey, I agree to a point. Yeah, I do think Harris did better than Trump in the debate, but Harris didn't do as good as Trump did in the first debate. Let's agree to disagree. That's a fact. So anyway, what do you guys think? I am glad that Donald Trump is safe. Do I think this will lead to a surge or of some sort? I do not think so, because the media is already trying to cover this up. They're like MSNBC is going back right as we speak to the fake bomb threats of Springfield, Ohio. Like, that's what they're going back. They peep their head. Oh, it's Trump's fault. Trump's rhetoric. Trump went and bashed them not too long ago. Yeah, it's actually your rhetoric. Like I said, MSNBC's loading pistols and putting them on the table. The national table. Democrats want gun laws, strict gun laws and gun control measures. But liberal media is just making it worse. They're doing the complete opposite what they want. They're loading pistols on the table and bribing and egging people to pick up a pistol and go after Trump. There were 2 other arrests within the 2 months between this assassination attempt and the last assassination attempt. 2 arrests on 2 people that were planning to kill Trump. So you could go as far as saying there were 4 individuals that had interests in killing Trump in this election. I have no doubt about it, guys. It will happen again. It will happen again. Absolutely. If Trump gets elected in November, the Secret Service needs to double up 3 times more than what it is right now. Because boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Because of the liberal media saying democracy's at stake, fundamental freedoms are at stake, yeah, you're going to get more idiots buying pistols and guns and trying to get a shot out of the former president. So, bet you my heart and soul, this is going to happen again. It will happen. It will happen a 3rd time, guys. And I am not taking it back. It's going to happen again because the Secret Service says there's nothing we can do about it. He's not the current serving president. Really? But he's running in an election. And he is being targeted by the media. So yeah, honestly, I don't think the Donald Trump's life is priority number 1. It really isn't. They'll shoot the guy, but they won't go as far as making sure everything is secure. So anyway, what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below, and as always, I will see you all in the next political episode.